Hello guys. In the previous video we mentioned, Marx and why he matters for understanding what postmodernism is all about. So as we said, Marx was a great philosopher who really talked about capitalism, who thought about capitalism, and his whole scientific project. And a lot of people say it's pseudo-scientific. No, it's absolutely scientific. His project, in Das Kapital, was understanding the mechanisms behind capitalism, how it works, how it functions, and how what are its weak points, what are its Achilles heel, as they say. And there are several fascinating aspects in this work, and in particular, the one I want to really elucidate for you is the dynamic nature of capitalism. Okay, so Marx has this amazing kind of dialectical machinery in place. How surplus value, surplus product, they all kind of interact. Like essentially, to make long story short, capitalism is an extremely dynamic system. Okay, and also it is a system which needs to expand. Okay, like I'm sure you've seen those kind of arts, those pictures from like 19th century about English landscapes, kind of becoming dirty, and all these chimneys, how the countryside gets invaded, how towns are built, such as Manchester, which have factories which pollute, which all the terrible stuff, and it is a system which constantly expands. Okay, that's why the English colonized India, because they were the center of capitalism, and they had to expand, so they took over India, for instance. And capitalism is like a squirrel, like it needs to run, needs to be active, or else it dies. Okay, and the question is, well, now that capitalism covers the whole world, even like people say China, it's communist. Well, it's part of the capitalist world too. Russia is capitalist now. There are just these few unimportant exceptions, such as Cuba and North Korea, but they don't really make a big difference on the world stage right now, geopolitically speaking. So that's the economic, socio-economic background. We got this far. Capitalism expanded, throughout the whole world. So now what? And that's what Gilles Deleuze and Felix Guattari tried to answer. So once again, just to give you guys a recap, because I know this little video was a little bit dense. So capitalism, thanks to Marx's amazing works, he kind of gave us the mechanism. So capitalism expanded to cover the whole world. Now what? Okay, and that's one of the questions that postmodernists try to answer. What's going to happen to capitalism after this?